Let's just get right into this. 100 men cannot beat a gorilla. If you think otherwise, you're either egotistical and overestimating the strength of man, or you're delusional and you're underestimating the strength of a gorilla. Look at this thing. This is a gorilla. That right there is 680 pounds of pure muscle. In this video, my goal is just to give you some of the stats to paint a better verbal picture, so to speak, about what we are truly dealing with, because the truth is not many of you truly understand or grasp how strong a gorilla truly is. Gorillas, for context, can bench up to 4,000 pounds. Mind you, this is not their 1 rep max. This is just something that we know they can do. You can Google the weight of a sedan. That's a sedan. You can bench a sedan for reps. I don't think some of you actually know what a gorilla is. You ever see those gym bros at the gym struggling to bench 225 pounds? A gorilla can bench them, the weight they're benching, and the bench they're on. They can also lift 27 times their body weight. That's like a 180-pound man lifting a school bus over his head. That's the kind of strength that makes forklifts insecure. Like, if human beings had that kind of strength, we wouldn't need movers. All we need is Uncle Steve on a very good day. That's it. He just move the whole thing. No movers necessary. And he wouldn't even break a sweat. That's what we're talking about here. Any being with that strength doesn't move through the jungle. It alters the terrain. Let's not even talk about the fact that they run at 25 miles per hour. There is just so many things going for the gorilla that 100 men just don't stand a chance. Now let's talk about the bite force of 1,300 psi. 1,300 psi could snap through thick bones like it was celery. If a coconut was the size of a baseball, a gorilla with that bite force could pick it up and crack it like popcorn. It's not over-exacting itself to do this. It's the same effort you would take to crack a popcorn. That's what we're dealing with here. 1,300 psi is like the pressure inside a professional grade hydraulic system. If it were to bite into a metal pipe, it would be like crushing a soda can. That's what we're talking about, 1,300 psi. They are 10 times stronger than an adult man. Basically, their casual everyday strength is our superhuman strength. What would take a very strong man maximum effort? Would you take a gorilla shrug? What you're straining to do, they'll do it with ease. A gorilla could flip a vending machine without breaking a sweat. If they were to play fight with us, they would hospitalize us. Some of you wake up with back pains. That's how fragile we are as human beings. Some of you hurt yourself going down the stairs. I'm not even talking about our grandpas and grandma. I'm talking about an adult male. Some of you can't even take on a treadmill, and you think you can take on a gorilla. What are you smoking? Their grip strength could bend iron and crush bones with minimal effort. A gorilla can generate a pulling force of 1,800 pounds. That's not tug of war strength. That's yank a tree branch off its trunk strength. If you were to actually do a tug of war with a gorilla, you'd be airborne before you even blinked. This means that if it grabs you, there is no letting go. You are going wherever the hell it wants you to go, and there's absolutely nothing on earth that's going to stop it. Now, let's talk about punching force, because this is a fight at the end of the day with bare hands, no weapons, right? The punching force is about between 1,300 pounds to 2,700. A trained boxer is maybe between 700 to 1,100. Gorillas start at 1,300 at the low end. What this means is, when it hits you, it's delivering the impact of a car crash, except it's by flesh and bone. We're talking your rib cage being caved in by the punches. And you know, the one thing that really gets me upset, that really triggers me about this, is the fact that people come out with experts say the gorilla would lose because it gets tired. Oh really? Experts say that. Who are these experts? Dr. Steve from the Hypothetical Jungle Fight Institute? What exactly qualifies you as an expert in fictional ape warfare? What degree do you have to get for that one? That's like saying I am an expert in time travel etiquette during gladiator fights. I mean, it sounds smart until we realize that we are really just making stuff up at this point. Say you're an expert on 100 men versus one gorilla. It's like saying you're a referee on a death match between a dragon and a T-Rex in space. There's no degree for this. There's no field work for the. You didn't write a thesis titled Silverback Combat Fatigue, a statistical model against human mobs. You just really wanted the humans to win, and then you came up with something, and then you're claiming to be an expert on it. There's no field work on this. Your speculation is as good as mine, and to be honest, from everything I've read, the gorillas have more work in their favor. We didn't become the top of the food chain because we were stronger. We just smarter. We have opposable thumbs like the gorillas, and we use weapons. In the real world scenario, we win every time. But bare hands, it's not even a contest. How are you going to tire out a gorilla? We don't even make it sweat. We just get swatted away. This whole scenario, it's like me versus 100 toddlers. I'm not saying I won't get hurt, but I'll bet on myself that I win that fight. And even if I'm tired and I'm sitting on a chair, I still win that fight. So this whole idea that 100 men are going to win without weapons, without some elite strategy involving weapons and how to damage it, because even people bring things like the cavemen, or they say, or if we bring like Brian Shaw and all the strong men from the professional competitions, if you're going to do that, if we're going to move away from adult gorilla, like average adult gorilla and average adult male, to peak human strength, just to kind of tip it in the favor of men, then you're going to have to do the same thing to balance the scales on the gorilla side. If the average gorilla is that strong, then we have to go to the peak of men. By the way, the average gorilla is just as strong as the peak strong man. Then we have to actually go a bit further for the gorillas too. We got to pick the strong man version of a gorilla. And then we're back to square one. Like, what are we talking about here? Let me know what makes you think men win. Just give me your own thesis. And, the so-called experts, please, I invite you to put your qualifications down there, because I don't think the humans win this one. In the grand scheme of things, we are the king of the food chain. We dominate things because we're intelligent, we have weapons, and civilization is proof that human beings win in every other scenario. But hand-to-hand combat, that makes no sense. We didn't evolve for that. We evolved with the things between our ears. That's what gives us the edge. It's never been about our physical prowess. And you are just egotistical, or you just overestimate men to think that we win in this scenario, because the truth is we don't. The gorillas take. Well, that's it for this video. This is not what I usually post on this channel, but I've been saying this everywhere, and I just wanted to give my own 2 cents. I guess this is my agnostic review about this case, except it's heavily opinionated and biased. Anyways, thanks for watching. It's been Agnostic Reviews, and I'll catch you guys some other time. Ridiculous. A gorilla. It could pull your arm out of your socket like it's a Barbie doll.